Hello, hello.
Put this back on the screen. So hello and good evening. Welcome back to Me and Epiphany, our live show. This is episode 13 of Take Me Down a Rabbit Hole. And I've been in the comments section. A lot has been going on this week. Good. I'm glad to hear that the audio is good. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right into it. So like I told you in the post, the first thing I wanted to hop into is a little post by our guy Chris Brown. I want you to see what, oh no, let me remove that. Wrong one, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is Chris Brown's post. He says something is going on with these fires. And he's not the only person to say that, because like I said, I was scoping in the comments, and one that I saw right after that, sorry y'all, I'm going a little too fast. One that I saw a little bit before that was a young lady. So this kind of reminded me a little bit of the whole Maui situation and how the Maui fires happened. Nobody's quite sure what really went on, but we know the big name celebs were going and buying up droves of land over there and then getting on the internet and asking us people for money to help them do it. I'm glad people were like, nah, but this is what I saw. So another comment I saw read that they had seen about 5 people starting the fires. Now, I don't know what the deal is with that. You know, they could be making up rumors, but what I was able to find was another comment that said that they are trying to build or restructure LA for what is called a smart city. Okay. Now, I actually found an article for a proposition for Smart LA 2028. And actually, if you guys know the channel Night and Day, they actually had posted something about it. I didn't get a chance to watch the video, but again, I did go and research it for myself to see what exactly is really going on. So I want you guys to check this out, and hopefully that doesn't give me too much trouble. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear that or not. Because it was playing earlier. Oh, sorry, I took it off the stage. Okay, can y'all hear that? If not, I'll have to commence the reading. No, okay. Because I don't know what's going on. It was just playing. Okay, guys. I don't know why it just went off. The volume is up. Says it's playing. If not, that's okay. I'll pull it up on my laptop. Pull this up real quick. Now, this is LA Smart Strategy. Of course, you know how they like to do it. They like to lay everything out on the line. Plain sight. Let us know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with this. Okay, there we go. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. So this is a proposal made for the city of Los Angeles. It says the Los Angeles residents will experience an improved quality of life by leveraging technology to meet urban challenges. No longer the car capital of the world, residents will choose how they wish to get around LA using a single digital payment platform with choices like renovated metro rail and bus systems or microtransit choices such as on-demand LA now shuttles or dockless bicycles. So again, they're trying to move everything to this digital, and we kind of touched on that last week, to this kind of digital land that they want everybody to go to. Neighborhoods will again welcome the pedestrian and allow easy access to green space. If needed, all Angelenos, included those with disabilities, will have ready access to public safety services through phone, text, their vehicles, and other devices. More than simply reacting, our public safety services will seek to use ethical, proactive technology that identifies fire, violence, or other risks to the health and safety of LA residents before even them dialing 911. So they've got this smart city, and tell me, they have pictures and everything like that. They have everything that they want it to look like. So pretty much they are thinking about pretty much making technology at least 85% of our lives. They said that we're already connected through smartphones and define it as protecting the city against racial or geographic inequities and negative social consequences for the public. So again, they're trying to build this utopia, but it's through their eyes. Everything is going to be monitored. Again, everything is going to be digital. Says my LA 311 mobile app. They're going to have an app, 5G cellular deployment, text to 911, digital parking meters, electric vehicle charging stations, all the good stuff, body worn cameras for the police officers. Yeah, they've got all these things going on, but it keeps going out. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know why it's acting up. But how do you expect them to restructure a whole city to make it a smart city? How you think they're going to do that? So according to what this girl said, she said that they were just going to let everything go downhill so that they can get to rebuilding. Now, whether it's a coincidence that they're just, we're going to take the opportunity for this natural disaster and start building, or this is a plan that they have in place, because how else were you going to get this done by 2028? and we're in 2025. Now, another thing that I found interesting is that somebody else ends up mentioning Nipsey Hussle. And I'm like, well, what in the heck does Nipsey Hussle have to do with the fires that are going on in LA right now? And what does that all have to do with this whole smart city situation going on? So then I found this article here. When was this article published? This article was published. Let me look this up because I don't know if I can't really see Nipsey. Before his death, I know that. Nipsey Hussle, too big to fail. Okay, so this was posted by the blackdoctor.org. I do not like when they don't put dates on stuff. But it looks as though, I don't know if this is 2018 when they posted this. Yeah, I think this is around 2018 when they posted this. But here's what it goes on to say about Mr. Nipsey Hussle. Okay, so Hussle is well known for his love and allegiance to his Crenshaw neighborhood. And as a owner of several successful businesses in Crenshaw district of South LA, he has dedicated his fruits of his success to uplifting the community that raised him. His latest ventures include co-working space with a STEM center on the second level in collaboration with LA real estate developer Dave Gross. Made clear in his business moves, both inside and outside the music industry, is that economic empowerment is a keystone in Hussle's message. As a longtime independent artist, he maintained control of his brand, message, and career until he was able to receive leverage and deal that he wanted from his major record label. Okay. Goes on to say, blah, blah, blah. As an early investor and champion of cryptocurrency, blockchain, and other technology-based advancements, Hussle is no stranger to the world of STEM and is growing value in the marketplace. Now, remember, so STEM is connected to a lot of things because again, they are also connected to the whole them wanting our wombs so that they can take out our nucleus to put their doggone DNA in it to clone their people with Black features. Remember that. So the mission behind Vector 90 is inner city communities according to their website, blah, blah, blah. Okay, hold on. So anyways, let me get to where they were kind of talking about his technology. So pretty much Nipsey had made his store a smart store. I don't know if you've ever been to someone's home where they have smart everything, like smart opens the blinds, it opens the door, it opens like everything. So I guess this was the type of technology that he had already going on in LA in his store. But of course, you can't get too big. Not for the elites, you can't get too big. So it's looking as though, now again, this is all, speculation, right? But it looks as though they had to take Nipsey out. He was getting too big. Plus, he had technology that they did not have. And of course, if he has the technology, if he has the patents or whatever he has on his technology, he's going to be the one making the money. Government never likes anyone else to be making the money and them not get a cut on it. And so I don't know. So every time I'm in the comments and Lauren London's name comes up, it's always giving her the side eye. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard anything about her. I'm be honest, I have not heard anything about her until, Nipsey died. Then people were saying, oh, she set him up and this and that. And then they're showing pictures of her and Puff and him. So I don't know what's going on with that, but definitely seems like something fishy is going on with this whole fire situation. And this is not the first time that the government has used disasters like a fire and let it all, burn the city through and then start building up their structures. Or I ain't even gonna talk about 9/11. We all know what happened with that. 2 towers went down, one went up, and it mimics an obelisk because they're always worshiping the phallus. So I don't know. I know what have y'all heard? You said Demolition Man. Very Demolition Man. Yes. Said, remember LA supposed to be have the next Olympics too. This is a great LA reset. That and what is it with the Olympics and natural disasters? It seems like something big always happens when the Olympics are around. Now I know it's like a pagan, ritual and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, and I sure hate to bring it up because I'm really not trying to talk about her on every live unless it's something relevant, but just like with the last Super Bowl performance and they had that big blackout and then we started having all these disasters and stuff go on. I just hate to think that, your girl was performing at this last Super Bowl and then now we're getting all these natural disasters again. So I don't know. And then rumor has it that another fire has broken out in New York. So yeah, you said wipe the Monopoly board. Ain't that something? And I know a lot of people think, there's a whole conspiracy going on with the insurance companies. Now, I hear that they've been canceling those insurance policies for years because these people are in an area where they have told them time and time again, it's not if, but when your house burns down, we're not going to cover you. We can't keep putting ourselves at risk because you're living in this type of area. Same thing with homes that are in, big flood areas. They don't really run to cover those things. So yeah, that's what it's looking like though. It's definitely looking like a reset. He said, yeah, but waiting would have taken too long. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just don't see how you would have done it any other way to reprogram these old buildings to have that type of technology. Oh, the article about the new LA, that is recent. That one, hold on, let me look at the article on that. Well, no, I lied. They've been talking about this since 2021, because this was around pandemic time, because again, they took, and they say it all through this article as well, they're taking whatever happened with COVID to try to tighten up measures on health and tracking people's diseases and all kinds of stuff like that. So again, this is what they do. They take natural disasters and they use it to push their agendas. You said there was a big fire in Ghana earlier this year. And I don't really hear too much about, fires over there. And isn't that crazy? I don't know if you guys do. I really rarely ever hear about fires on the African continent, and they make it seem like it's, dry as a bone out there. And I was watching, the Joe Rogan podcast where Trump was on it, just a few clips of it, and how they were pretty much talking about it and how they have water. And Joe Rogan even showed that they have this big old lake in the middle of LA, all this water, plus they have the ocean, but they have all the water being routed down to these particular almond farms that are owned by some special elite. They're claiming it's to save these fish, but these people downstream that are wealthy are getting their farms watered. So you said, yeah, and ain't Nipsey help people keep their housing too or something? Yeah, he was definitely trying to do a lot. I don't know if he had bought up the block and then, was having it not like as affordable housing, not like that, but to where people can move in. He seemed to have been doing a lot. I'll be honest, I didn't know him. I didn't know anything about him before he died, so it's kind of hard to. But yeah, exactly. I agree. It is deep because you think that things aren't connected, and then you start looking around the corner, and you're like, wait, what's going on over here? And see, and this is another thing coming right back to where they are. It feels like they're purposely taking help away from the communities that need it. I'm hearing rumors that she cut the fire department budget. Why would you cut a fire department budget in an area where you know that there's fires? That doesn't even make any sense. And then when they asking her questions about it, she looking sad like a little puppy. I just don't. Yeah, like Chris Brown says, something's not adding up. You said Beyonce is taking Stand By Your Man to new heights. So I've been hearing different stuff about that. I don't know what's going on. First I'm hearing she changed her name. Then I heard she's moving out. I, I don't know what's going on. But messy. Hey, Freddie B, what's going on? You said, I bet the CEO of that insurance company is paranoid. I bet they are. If I was a CEO, I'd be walking around tight, looking around my shoulder. Because you don't know who's, it's a changing of the guard, but how do you know who's getting changed out? You said probably starting early to make sacrifices to those pagan gods to get ready for the Olympics. Probably they got to get them in, get them sacrifices in. I know they're probably mad that these fires haven't killed, too many people. Of course, any lives lost is a sad, tragic thing. I'm not talking down on that. I'm just saying the way that these people love to shed blood, I know they're mad. Imagine your house burning down and you find out the water that could have saved your house went to some thirsty almonds. I know. Or just save some fish. I don't care about no doggone fish. Mm-mm. And I heard that people were standing, like the fire was surrounding them and they're recording. I heard all kinds of crazy stuff. Mm-mm. I'll be trying to figure out how fast I can burst through this fire, stop, drop, and roll to put it out. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's what's crazy. And somebody was asking, like, why couldn't they just take the water from the ocean? It's right there. And they're claiming that that's doing that. I'm just baffled. If you're from Cali, I apologize if, with all these questions, but it just don't make sense to me. Mm-mm. Yes, crazy with the fires across the world. Yeah. And a lot of people, like we talked about last week, a lot of people are wondering if it's a judgment. It's hard to tell if it, you know what, it could be both. It could be the judgment is wrapped up in, how am I trying to say this? The judgment is being handed down by the elites. They need to make that call to Luigi. Yup, he got some more work to do. He got some more work. Exactly. It was an entire setup to take away any possible solutions to help with the fires in LA. Yeah, because there's absolutely no way. And I don't know how long she had been in Ghana. Did she go to Ghana when she heard the fires broke out, or had she been there already? I was a little confused why they were getting on her. Because if she was already over there, but I just don't know. You said, and it's so weird. Is the fire in Ghana, but it isn't where the mayor just came back from. Oh, really? Oh, so she just happened to be in a safe part of. Mm-mm, mm-mm. They probably said, "Hey, listen, I need you to dip out the country for a minute. We're gonna start these fires over here. We don't need you to be anywhere around. We don't need them tying it back to you. We go, we got to start these fires in Ghana too, but we're gonna make sure it's not where you gonna be at." These people are shady as I don't know what. But I do wonder if there is a tie between Lauren and Diddy and all them. To be fair, LA has a lot of sin oozing out from it. Sorry to the residents who are suffering in the process. Remember, be separate from among them. Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised that California hasn't fallen off into the ocean, all the foolishness they do out there. And I know so many people from California, and they are great, great people. But y'all got a lot of foolishness out there. And so, yeah, again, is this judgment or what? I think Lauren is one of Diddy's angels. It kind of looks like it at times. It seemed like he had all these angels. It seemed like he had a lot of these celeb ladies on his arm, and these men too. And it's not because of his looks. Sorry, I don't know if y'all have seen What's Love Got to Do with It, but mm-mm. And I just didn't like. I don't know. I wasn't feeling her speech that she had at his funeral. It looked a little bad actressy. You said Faith Evans. Yeah, Faith is a weird one. But honestly, I don't know if she has anything to do with any of this stuff. I haven't heard her name not a drop. Not one drop have I heard Faith in any of this stuff. But she was around it. Lauren was heavy with Diddy and Lil Wayne way before Nipsey, and also Nipsey was into some things too. So, yeah, some things like what? Because the way that Vlad describes, he got a video. I don't know if he's bent over or what's going on with that, but it's funny that you brought Lil Wayne up because he seems to be flying under the radar. It's real quiet around Lil Wayne. And quite honestly, he has ties to all these people. And he is also on that indictment with Jay-Z and Epstein and Weinstein. I'm not hearing his name in anything, but his name is on that indictment. And I don't know what the whole thing is with him, and I guess I don't know what the whole him and Jay-Z beef is in the NFL, but yeah, some. Mm. She told Angie Martinez Diddy was the only reason she got dressed for the funeral. What? I don't even know what that means. Like, you didn't want to go because maybe you were so sad and you couldn't take it, or like, no, I'm not. You don't really care about the funeral. I don't really care nothing about that man. Yeah, that's so weird. I don't know. I don't know how to take that. Then Diddy posted a weird pic of her and Diddy. That's another thing that these celebs do. They be dropping pictures. I feel like they're hinting to us certain things. I don't know. Yeah, he's definitely a gatekeeper. Too many people around him getting caught up. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, something's fishy with Lauren. Now I'm looking up images of him. Heard Nipsey got his booty took. That's what it sounds like is being allegedly said. I just don't know, man. Mm. Whatever it was, they had to take his life. That's what's weird. Will the indictment end in jail time? Well, that's what we're kind of waiting to see, because that indictment that I'm speaking of is from 2019, and we're just now, Jay-Z's just now getting caught up in these particular allegations. So again, we're waiting to see how this is all going to play out. Are they going to let him off like they did Weinstein? Are they going to lock him up like R. Kelly, who was on the same indictment? Or are they going to take him out like Epstein? We don't know. Okay, she was sad and did he talk to her? Okay, I can understand that. Because I hate to even think about it, but I be thinking I'm not going to so and so's funeral because I would just be so sad, and I don't want to be that sad, So if it's something like that, I kind of understand. Okay, you said Angie thought it was weird. I'm gonna have to find that so I can see what happened. Cause she's not that great of an actress. Let's see if I can see through some stuff. I don't believe Nipsey was some kind of hood savior. Like I said, again, I didn't know him. Like, I never even heard anything about him. Like, I saw Lauren had a boyfriend. That was all I knew. But I don't know. I mean, I know he was in the streets before he popped off in the music industry. So he said Nipsey was a huge plant. He's got ties to Haile Selassie. I can see that too, because like I said, he just popped on the scene, but everybody swore they knew him. I mean, maybe they did. I don't know. I thought maybe it was a Cali thing. Yeah, so I'm just waiting to see how more unfolds. I guess we'll see if they start putting these structures up in LA. We can start giving them the side eye like we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. But I'm surprised they're letting Chris Brown speak as much as they do. because he's been saying a lot lately. They painted Nipsey as a Crip who was attempting to unify the West. Now Kendrick is doing it. That's an interesting observation. What do you think will be the difference? Like, if they let Kendrick do his thing, what do you think is the difference between him and Nipsey? You said Chris Brown probably has the upper hand right now. Does he own his masters? He might own his masters. And he's selling out arenas. So, yeah, you're right. They might need him. There are no booty allegations with Kendrick. Well, not yet anyway. No, I'm not saying that there will ever be. I've never heard anything about him, but if they didn't let Nipsey unify the West and bring his smart technology and be the forerunner for that, what's different between him and Kendrick? Because they got Kendrick on the pedestal right now, like he's taking down the industry. Or, maybe just Drake. But I feel like Drake stands for a lot of stuff that goes on in the industry, whether it's with the underage girls, whether it's, hey, I got shooters and, if I don't like what you say, we're coming for you type of thing. Yeah, so. Nipsey ain't have star power, aka mind influence, and Nipsey wasn't the actor for the script. Kendrick is. Okay. I mean, and that would make more sense to me. Because I guess whenever I think about Kendrick, I just think about the crown of thorns on his head and how he was doing that whole thing there. And then previous to that, wasn't he in a group or somehow tied to that dude Hussle, who was into some weird, funky stuff too? And then all of a sudden his girlfriend takes a leap off a building, commits suicide. It's just, these people are always tied to somebody or something weird. And so after I heard that happen, and then all of a sudden Kendrick started getting elevated, I was like, wait, what? Who is this guy? Is he supposed to be put in our face as some kind of savior? Yeah, Nipsey was doing it early. Exactly. Sorry, hold on. I hope I didn't refresh this page, y'all, on accident. And I think that was also part of the problem, is he was doing it early. He was doing it before, I guess before it got popular. And so again, they're not going to give him all that credit. They're not going to let him take all that credit for himself. You had a guy write an article on it, but it was a black guy. It was advocating for what Nipsey was doing. Oh, he ended up working. Hold on. He ended up working for Diddy in the end. Oh, his last album he recorded was Sissy. Hey. And maybe that was his fate. Maybe that's set up right there. Because when you start letting gatekeepers into your circle, I mean, I don't know what they talked about, but you think they're not talking about plans and what I'm, what I'm trying to do for the way. You think they're not talking about that? And these people play the long game. They can send somebody like a Lauren London to play the role. We just need you to act like you love him while we set him up and take his stuff. And after it's completed, you'll inherit his $6.5 million estate, because that's what the heck happened. And yeah, I know, they had a son together and he's the beneficiary, but when Nipsey died, she inherited that money through her son. So it just worked out all the way around. Kendrick has a worldwide appeal. His newest music has themes of new age religious practices. Yep. When he came out, he spoke about God, and now it's more a universal energy type thing. Exactly. And that's what I noticed. And I was like, dang, okay, boom. And then there came the crown of thorns. So, I don't buy it. I do not buy it. Oh, did he not, sissy? Okay, I got you. Diddy is controlled opposition. Kendrick is the false messiah of hip hop, hence his crown of thorns on his head when he performs. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yep. I guess now my question is, what's the plan? What's the deal with taking out Drake? What was the reason for that? Mm-mm. Said Kendrick is a part of rebranding of what it meant to be a Black celebrity. Kendrick is single-handedly rewriting what we call the culture. Yeah. Absol dropped an album at Do As Thou Wilt. Oh my goodness, did he really? And we all know where that comes from. Yeah, we do. Oh my, I did not even know that. Like I said, I just knew he was into some dark stuff. And see, they let you know what's going on. So at that point, mm-mm. Yeah, I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry. Because I just never know when I'm going to be a sacrifice, or if. Like, I'm cutting you off. You're into that stuff? Mm-mm. But yeah, Kendrick is sure a part of the culture that is attempting to usher in the Antichrist. Yes. Especially if he's teaching New Age. But they're just trying to blur they got to be real good at blurring the lines. Like, if you don't know the lingo, then it all sounds like it comes from God. Hello, Edelson. How are you doing this evening? You said, yeah, man, that crown stuff rubbed me the wrong way. I'm not even a fan of his. Yeah. I don't like all that. Mm-mm. Kendrick is the fake, conscious, Luciferian knowledge type of man, ushering in a form of religiousness that is the answer for all degeneracy, both wings on the same parasite we call hip hop. Yep. Yep. I mean, yep. Y'all saying a mouthful, really. Pull up the lyrics to Kendrick Lamar, Untitled One. I think it would be fun to check it out. I think it's prophetic, but in a way, we already knew what was coming down the pipe. Okay, Kendrick, Untitled. Hold on. Okay, I'm pulling up those lyrics. I feel like I don't want to read them because I don't know what the let's see here. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna read these lyrics again. I don't know the melody of this, so let's see. Come here. Belial says, "Come here, girl. Oh, you want me to touch you right there? Oh, like a little lamb playing your hair? Oh, you want it? Oh, you want it right now, like that? I got you, baby. All you want, baby." Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to be about. I seen it vividly jogging my brain memory. Life no. I seen it vividly jogging my brain memory. Life no longer infinity. This was the final calling. No birds chirping or flying. No dogs barking. We're all nervous and crying, moving in caution. Let's see. In disbeliefs, our beliefs, the reason for all this. The tallest building plummet, cracking and crumbling. The ground is shaking, swallowing young woman with a baby. Daisies and other flowers burning in destruction. The smell is disgusting. The heat is unbearable. Preachers touching on boys run for cover. The paranoid rapists and murderers hurdle alleys, valleys, and high places turn to dust. Famous screaming in agony, atheists for suicide, planes falling out the sky. Okay, I understand where you're coming from already. Trains jumping off the track, mothers yelling, "He's alive." Backpedaling Christians selling for forgiveness. Evidence all around us. The town is covered in fishes. Ocean water dried out, fire burning more tides out. Tabernacle and city capitol turned inside out. Public bathroom, college classrooms been deserted. Another trumpet has sounded off and everyone heard it. Okay. It's happening. No more running from world wars. No more discriminating the poor. No more bad bees and real niggas wishing for green and gold, the last taste of allure. I swore I seen it vividly, a moniker of war for heaven that play the symphony. It's almost done, y'all. Thunder, like number 4. Then I heard, "What have you did for me?" I fall to my knees, pulled out my resume that dated back to June 17th, 1987. My paperwork was like a receipt. I was valedictorian. I was fearful of judgment, but confident I had glory in my past endeavors. Close my eyes, pray to God that I live forever. Dark skies, fire and brimstone. Some of us sent home. Some of us never did wrong, but still went to hell. What? Geez Louise, I thought you said that I excel. I made to pimp a butterfly for you. Told me to use my vocals to save mankind for you. Sorry, y'all. I can see what you're saying in these lyrics. Say I didn't try for you. Say I didn't ride for you. I tied for you. I pushed the club to the side for you. Who you love like I love you. Crucifix, tell me you can fix it. Anytime I need, I'm gonna start jotting everything in my diary. Never would you lie to me. Always camaraderie. I can see our days been numbered. Revelation greatest as we hear in the last trumpet. All man, child, woman, life completely went in reverse. I guess I'm running in place trying to make it to church. He said a mouthful there. And I can kind of see where he was in and out, especially on that God complex kind of stuff. He doesn't outright say it, but when he's speaking like he's supposed to be the savior, yeah, no. No. I mean, but he does call things out. So again, you can get mixed up. You can get mixed up. Yep, she doesn't even need the whole plan. Everyone's a pawn. Yeah, everyone's a pawn. If you're in the system, they're gonna find a way to use you. Lauren also has a son with Wayne. Exactly. They're so tied to each other. It's so weird. He says some things are on a need to know basis. Yeah. Wait, you said, do you have tips on not getting so invested in a casual situation? Oh, I mean, you're gonna have to have boundaries. Because one thing, it's just the way that people work, right? If you start, okay, so say for instance, you and the guy start going together and y'all are doing this and y'all are doing that, and you both seem to be enjoying yourself. And then maybe a year or even a couple months down the line, one of you says, oh, I no longer like doing that thing. Or it gets kind of confusing because it's like, okay, well, what happened? What changed? And it's really hard to go back. It's kind of hard to explain. It's really hard to go back on your word, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So however you want the relationship to play out is how you need to treat it in the beginning. Like if all you want is a casual hookup, then fine. Then you need to act like that. But if you want more, then I suggest you need to be like Ruth. And I made a video on this. It's kind of on the podcast tab, but you need to be like Ruth. When Ruth was ready to get married, she wasn't out in the streets. She wasn't just, she was very deliberate about who she put herself in front of. Her mom told her to get cleaned up. Her mother-in-law told her, you need to get cleaned up, meaning to purify yourself. You need to perfume up. You need to get ready to be presentable to a man to be his wife. And when you find that man, you need to lay at his feet. And you can take that as submission, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. If you find a leader and he's doing a good job at leading, why wouldn't you want to submit? So it's not anything, it's not saying anything bad, but yeah, if you want to not get involved deeply in a casual situation, then you can't put your feelings on the line. Or I wouldn't even say that. I mean, like dating and all that kind of stuff is fine, but don't give yourself, if you know what I mean. Because it's going to make you feel crummy inside. If you really want to be with them in a serious manner and all they're doing is treating you like street poontang. I hope that made sense. That caught me off guard, but I hope that made sense. I know people say, oh, you can't do wifely things, with the girlfriend title. And I absolutely get what they're trying to say. But how is anybody supposed to know that you're a wife if you don't act like one? How is anybody supposed to know that you're a good catch if you don't act like one? If you act like the total opposite, like people are going to treat you how you act. And if you act, I'm just being candid. If you act like you want to be a bust down, people are going to treat you like a bust down. So I hope that made sense. You take down the Drake because he represents what they are trying to expose with Diddy. They are making it seem like only a small section of hip hop is evil. Okay. Okay. Hey, I haven't even looked at that angle before. Yeah, I hadn't even looked at that angle before. Because Drake, like I said, yeah, you're right. He encompasses all that stuff. I wonder if they're gonna get Trey Songz because his name just keeps on coming up, keep on coming up. I think all the conglomerates laugh and see us as disposable, pliable pawns. Absolutely, they do. Absolutely, they do. And if you don't see yourself as a pawn, then they have a problem. They take you out. Or sometimes they don't even take you out. They just make your life miserable as much as possible. You've been on live 45 minutes. What you talked about so far? Well, I started off with the Chris Brown comment about how he feels the LA fires are being started on purpose, which led me to another comment where a lady said that she heard that they are being told not to provide aid to the residents into these fires. And the reason for that is because they're trying to make way for restructuring Los Angeles into a smart city. So new technology, making everything as digital as possible, making everything streamlined. So, they know who you are, what you're doing, what ailments you got, putting sensors around so they know what's popping off when, seemingly so that they can get to us if we have an emergency. But on the flip side, they're just showing us how heavily monitored this place is going to be. And how that led to conversation about how Nipsey Hussle had smart technology in his store before he was taken up out of here. And how his girl Lauren London may or may not have something to do with it. She did stand to inherit his estate, which she did at a whopping $6.5 million. So that's kind of where we started, where we came from. I honestly don't know how Kendrick Lamar got in the conversation, but he's from Cali. And he be spitting that new age stuff. So in a nutshell, that's kind of where it came from. Taking out Drake could hold spiritual significance of the world equals divine feminine. Drake, gosh, being taken over by the divine masculine Kendrick and Christ and fans witnessing the ritual. Okay. I don't think I hadn't seen it like that either. I guess especially because I always make the joke that Drake is soft as a pillow, but I guess I never defined feminine. I never considered him that. But yeah, I don't know what the reason could be. But so do you think with Drake gone and Diddy gone, do you think some of the darkness will leave? Or you think they're just going to usher in a new set of people? You said that sounds pretty demonic goodness. It always is, right? These people love dabbling in darkness. They love it. Bilal is a singer, and Bilal is also a demonic name. I think the song is foreshadowing COVID and fires. All a song came out in 2016. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was making some very heavy. I mean, it has some predictions in there, and then it just had stuff in there that you can see is happening right now. But yeah, Bilal is the name of a demon. But I didn't know the singer, I didn't know him himself was into anything demonic. I know he was very observant of Erykah Badu and the type of magic he felt like she possesses. You said maybe ask God first. You shouldn't be hooking up. No way. That stuff psychologically sticks with you. All that hooking up. Yeah, it does. It does, because you remember people. You start comparing people. You can be reminiscing about stuff you ain't got no business reminiscing about. It's hard to focus. I know people are like, oh, you should date around and date several people. I just don't, in my opinion, I don't see how you can focus on one person and really get to know them if you're so divided amongst several people. Like, find somebody that you can be yourself with and love them and be yourself. Like, that's all I got. Boundaries. Yeah, I messed up with the friends with benefits because I just can't be in another room while you do that with another. Wait, hold on. Boundaries. Yeah, I messed up. I might be a little confused on the comment, but I don't know if you're a FWB, I mean, some people are different, right? If you're a FWB, then I don't really have no feelings for you. So I don't care what you do. But yeah, if you really like somebody, yeah, don't put yourself in that situation. Just yeah, I would honestly, I would read Ruth. I would definitely read Ruth. I feel like that's what helped me out to, just get into that wife mindset. Women have to wait to be found. Exactly. Clean up, perfume up, and look and be presentable, and they'll start showing up. They'll start rubbernecking and trying to see what you about. I'm interested in what Drake is doing. I even wondered if Drake started the fires. I'm sorry. I don't know if that was a joke. He seems to want to crash all the way out. I don't think Drake expected this to happen. Drake has been on top of the world for a very, very long time. I never watched Degrassi, but he looked lame as I don't know what in Degrassi. And then all of a sudden, he was this big hip hop star. And yeah, and I mean, his music was hitting. And it feels like with one song, we might have forgot about his whole work. He said, okay, auntie, you're helping that God is frequent. I see you. Hey, listen, if I can impart any type of, again, I'm not perfect, but I can give you some don't do that's. I can definitely I can definitely steer you away from some stuff. Right. Drake ain't start the fire. But yeah, I don't know. I just really don't think that he thought he would be in this position right now, and how people are just looking at him crazy, and they're making fun of him everywhere he goes. Yeah, I don't know what he's got going on. Smart cities are a euphemism for socially acceptable prison. It sounds about right. It sounds about right. And they're talking it up as if this is going to be just this wonderful place. And in every movie, these robots turn on us. So I don't know. I don't know. The darkness is going to get worse, but at least now they will think that it's light. Yeah. But I feel like a select few see the darkness. Not even a select. I mean, like, I wouldn't even say a few. There's a lot of people, but the other people are just walking around willy-nilly, not knowing what's going on. And yeah, the rest of us definitely see the darkness. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. You said Drake is flaming, but he ain't started them fires. Yeah, I don't know what he's got. All the barrettes and stuff that he does in the what's that lemon? What do they call that lemon face that they do? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but the little pucker face the teens do in the pictures. He's been doing that kind of stuff. Yeah. Listen, I'm surprised he's still showing his face. I'll just say that. I'm surprised. He said, I also heard that wait, hold on. I also heard that where the fires are line up with the high speed rail they're trying to put in. Are you serious? I wouldn't even be surprised, but that's crazy. That's a shame. You said, oh, y'all think Kendrick is fire, huh? I got something for y'all. Yeah, he's real hot about people liking Kendrick. Poor thing. Poor thing. He makes us November babies look bad. I remember back when I was in college in the early 2000s, they had a lecture on campus with models about future smart cities. Everything was automated and within a 10-minute walk, no cars needed. I gotta always take it back to Erica Mukisa. Sorry if I got her name wrong, but she talked about being under the water and showing they had smart cities down there. They were building them up. They're going to bring them to the surface. She was talking about how they had little conveyor belts to get us different places, or we could just get into the car, press a button, and then we are some kind of way, miles away, just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But the sad thing about it is they're going to digital. This digital mess is coming fast. Duck lips. Thank you. Thank you, Nope. Exactly. He does the duck lips in his pictures. I don't know what that's about. He said, I never listened to much mainstream music. I haven't listened to too much of anything in years, but I'm from Texas. I grew up on underground legends like Mo Zero, Lone Star, Pimp C, etc. Exactly. Devin the Dude. Yeah. Me too. I grew up here. And the songs weren't, the songs weren't on that kind of stuff. Yep. Said, I'm very anti-technology because the control is sure to come, which terrifies me. So something the government deems bad and you have access to nothing. Yeah. What's scary is, well, that's definitely scary, but it's also scary how long they've been getting this stuff together. How long they've been planning this stuff out. There's so many things that are connected that you would have thought had nothing to do with each other. He said, while on the topic of hip hop, I finished my editing and posted my video link on Patreon. Okay. I'm gonna have to find you. Check it out. There was something, I might have to come back to that. Rappers were in the closet back then, not on stage with painted nails and perms. And that, to be honest, I really didn't know too much about that either until I started hearing Hassan Campbell speak up about Africa Bambaataa and how he was molesting all the boys around the neighborhood. And then all these people started coming forward. And it was like, okay, so these old school rappers were on that mess. And ain't no telling who they groomed. I mean, yeah, I don't know who else. He said, at Cam the King, you're 100% right. People just like the convenience of it because they assume that it'll never happen to them because they're well behaved or just normies. Yeah. Yeah. Some people feel like they're better off if they go along to get along. They don't stir the water, causing any trouble. We've doomed they plan for generations. We only live a short span. Some of these plans are multi-generational. Yeah. Yeah, they are. So I feel like to those who are listening, definitely warn the future generations. And I think a lot of people are starting to pay attention. They're not even aware of the control that systems have over them. But yeah. I mean, if you have a whole continent telling people how many kids they can have, like, you're being controlled. Who you can marry. I'm talking about as far as like marriage. Sometimes they tell them what kind of jobs they can have, like all kinds of stuff. Multi-generational plans, that's deep. If people knew how far back these plans go. I'm done writing. I can't wait to drop this video. It is, I don't know how all this lined up at the same time, but man, oh man. This stuff is unveiling itself fast. He said that's how that goes to show how it's most frequently sold convenience. Yeah, I mean, they've been putting in movies for years. They make it seem like it's a great thing. And I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I accidentally leave my wallet in the car and I can just tap to pay. It is very convenient. You don't have to carry wallets and cards and stuff like that anymore. You don't have to carry paperwork. It sounds like a good idea. But just seeing how technology functions as we're using it, why would I want to hook my body up to that? Mm-mm. No, no, no. An easy example is TikTok, but they just see it as government taking away their laughs and an instant app that keep them up to date on life, which I'm just confused about because it was a Chinese app in the first place. They admitted that they had spyware on it that could see and find out all of our information, but then they ban it. I mean, they created it. And how is TikTok? You know what? I'm not even mad at them. Let me not go there. I'm not even mad at them. They're contradictory, this nation is, but I'm not mad at them. Because they keep making all this stuff. They keep making all this fake food. They make all this fake food, but then they're the first ones to ban, certain ingredients and certain foods in their country. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. So I feel like they got one foot in, one foot out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, excuse me, I don't trust them with my taxes. Now you want my body. Exactly. They're not doing right with anything. Just imagine, you know what? Speaking of taxes, just think about how much we have to pay for in our daily life to the government. Your hard earned money. I mean, but that's the way the system is set up. But your hard earned money, they tax everything, taxes, registrations, lab meat. I'm scared of that stuff. I've seen horror videos. Exactly. 3-day printing. When I found out KFC, because I used to like them little chicken bowls. It had chicken, mashed potatoes, and corn. I used to love those little chicken bowls until they came out with that commercial saying they were going to use 3D printed meat. No longer using chicken at KFC. I'm like, what? I haven't been there since. Because I don't even know what that means. 3D printed meat. Or even the lab meat. Like what? What? Oh, it's just nasty to even think about. It's nasty to even think about. TikTok beat out information distribution quicker than every other platform. And they sure did. They sure did. And that might be why. Yeah, I don't maybe that's why. Because I don't see how TikTok is any different from like Meta, Facebook. Yeah. The system is based on slavery, you to be in debt. Yep. Exact way it's set up. No way around it. It is not by accident. These social medias are doing social engineering, molding people into smooth brain individuals that don't go against status quo and push carnality. Oh, you know what? And actually, that reminded me that was another reason why they were saying TikTok had to go because it was influencing too many people. It was causing a lot of depression in the youth. I guess a lot of people were transitioning a lot more after watching those videos. Suicide rates, were going up. It's just a lot was going on with that. But again, I don't see how it's any different from any other social media network. Yeah, like when the internet first came out, it was nothing. It was nothing like this. I don't know who was around back then, but after the floppy disk era, and then dial-up came out with the AOL. I mean, really, really, all you could do was chat rooms, and you couldn't post pictures or anything like that. It was literally just typing. You couldn't see anybody. But now, mm. You said if your hormones and body messed up, you function optimally as a human being. The first place to start with is diet, environment, and lifestyle. Yeah. I mean, yeah, shoot, there's so many things that could be said about that. The reason why they have light walls and they try to try to have pictures of flowers and things like that in hospitals is because they realize that people get better when they have nice things to look at, like windows to look out of, birds are singing and chirping and things like that. You get well. And there's a reason why places like Seattle, Washington have high suicide rates because it's always rainy there. People are gloomy all the time and it brings people's mood down. So yeah, definitely things that we eat, environment, things that you do. Yep, all that affects you. Um, but I'm glad you brought up hormones. I know we were talking about Dr. Sebi last week. I'm doing the research on that. Because I found some stuff I want to bring to you guys' attention. But yeah. Mm-mm. You said I've been looking into plasma drones. Okay, the last few days, scary stuff. They use the tech to create a vacuum of non-ionized radiation around something to produce an effect like the Philadelphia experiment. Interesting. What do you think they're going to use that for? Yeah, I'd be like, what are these people? What do these people got going on in their minds? He said, I'm running from any orb I see after researching this stuff. I know, right? Yeah. He said, "Bye. Remember the chat room days? Yeah, those were those were definitely the days." And even before that, like slightly before that, or even at the same time, they even had this hotline that you could call into, but it was like a hotline chat room. It was really weird. I don't know. I might be showing my age, but um, there was some dark rooms in those chat rooms where you'd want to turn a light on. Oh, really? No, I didn't. I never found those. It was just the simple stuff like age, sex location, not like sex, like, having sex, just female, male type of thing. And yeah, very, very simple conversations. Nobody was on anything nefarious that I knew of. He said sixth generation warfare weapons. Yeah, I just want to, let me see if I can. Oh no, did my laptop die? Um, because if they can, because is it a drone, like when you say like the Philadelphia experiment, they can make things disappear or become invisible? And then oh, you know what? I'm like, if that is the effect that it gives, they can fake a whole left behind situation where people think the rest of the population has been taken up to heaven. And they're left here to be I mean, I just don't know what they would do with that. But I feel like there's gonna have to be some kind of document. I don't whether it be classified or what, because they're gonna tell you what they're gonna use it for. Mhm. Plasma drone. Let me see. Let me see. They got a Harvard optimization. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, oh, flyovers with no moving parts? Oh, they want to be able, yeah, they want to be able to travel around undetected or even probably monitor us undetected. They're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with that. Yeah, they're doing way too much. They think they're somebody, and that's what makes me mad. They think they are somebody that we're just supposed to be bound down to them, being their slaves. Because recently the world's first plasma-propelled drone was successfully flown, demonstrating that plasma propulsion technology is suitable for drone flight. The research on plasma propulsion drones has sparked a surge of interest. The study utilized a proxy model and the NSGA2 multi-objective genetic algorithm to optimize the geometric parameters based on staggered thrusters that affect the performance of electroaerodynamic thrusters used for solid state plasma aircraft. Mm. Yeah, I gotta look into that a little bit more because I don't. Yeah, just say solid state plasma aircraft. I don't know, guys. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. Said just like we forgot about the drones or alien stuff. Y'all remember the Miami Mall fiasco where a whole legion of cops showed up to the mall. Wait, I don't know if I heard about the Miami fiasco. What was that about? Um, but yeah, that drone stuff went by real quick. Haven't heard a peep since. I, I think they were just testing us out to see how we would react. You know, check out the sentiment of the population. How do they feel about this? A little random, but they used to smoke on talk shows back in the day. I thought that was so cool. I've been watching Don Rickles on Johnny Carson's show. Okay, yeah. Mm-mm. I don't know if I remember them smoking on it, but yeah, well, I used to smoke a lot in TV shows back then, so I'm not surprised. The science is already accepted. I found a few sources saying that they have been working with it since the first decade after World War II. The amount of big military companies with open contracts on it is wild. Yeah, I want to look into it some more so I can see what it's all about. The science states that if you get one of those plasma devices rotating in a circle, you can scale it up non-ionized radiation around a mass to a point of vacuums produced and basically teleport stuff. Mm-mm. What do these jokers have in mind? But where does it go if you do it is what I want to know. Exactly. And where are they trying to end up? What is it? Yeah, what are they doing all this for? Mm-mm. Okay, type in Miami. I'll type in, did it show up? Type in Miami mall alien Pollock accent. Okay. Oh, police accident. Okay. Let's see what this is about. Oh, okay. Police have released a statement. I don't even want to read this. Is from Newsweek, but police have released a statement to allay fears of an alien invasion in Florida after a video of Miami crime scene went viral, where viewers claiming extraterrestrial had been captured on film. Okay, so first they say it was a brawl that broke out, and now they're saying they have one captured on film. Why were they fighting though? I don't know. Is DeAndre in here tonight? He had sent, I don't want to, this is, he brought it to my attention, so I don't want to tell it, but um I'm gonna speak with him and see if he can bring it up about the weird purple lights that have been showing up in different areas of the country, and it having to deal with some type of alien form that they've been finding. Hi, Carly Wood. Welcome. It's good to see you. So if any of y'all are outside one day and little plasma orbs start doing circles around you, try to juke them out, and you're going to Philadelphia experiment with who knows as your destination. Right. Mm-mm. I mean, do they? Oh man, I mean, do they? I mean, I have a lot of questions. I don't know if we're gonna be able to juke no orb. That orb might. Mm-mm. Said, I know you said you haven't looked into him much, but Alex Jones always goes on about that NASA is trying to create a breakaway civilization in space or on the planets. Side note, Elon wants to go to Mars. I just saw something about it might have even been Alex Jones talking about the whole fires, the LA fires, but I did see a post of him speaking. So I do need to check him out. To be honest, I thought he had shut his mouth after that lawsuit, but if he's still talking, I want to see what's going on. But what are they trying to accomplish by going there? I almost think that they're trying to prove that there's a way to live on other planets, because that will be another way that they are going to try to disprove God in their minds. But they've been talking about going to Mars as long as I've been on this earth. So I don't know what's on Mars that they want to get to so bad. There was a mass censorship regarding the Miami alien accident. Obviously, because I definitely didn't hear anything about it. Yeah, I didn't hear not one thing about that. Um, they even have William Shatner commenting that aliens had visited the mall. So yeah, I'm a little confused on what the brawl had to do with anything, but are there aliens or no? Are they or not? Hi, Tomas. How are you this evening? It is good to see you in the building. You said, la la la. Let's see. Virginia UFO incident is also one where there's quite a lot of information about. There's also a documentary about it. It has some damning evidence, and it's really interesting and suspicious. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Virginia incident. One thing's for sure, when they do describe these aliens, they always look the same. You know, I haven't heard people say anything different than what's always been said about the grays and what they look like. They told on themselves with the Miami incident. The city planner gave the interview about the interviewing people. When they asked how they find people to interview, they said, we'd already messaged people. Oh, yeah, that's definitely weird. So I'm guessing unless they found the people that were at the mall at the time and wait, no. Because then you would have had to get everybody's information. I mean, you could do it, but you get everybody's information and then message them to interview them. I mean, yeah. You never know because people can be bought so easily, and these people are willing to pay to cover up stories. You just never know. That were present, someone asked how they contacted all the witnesses. She explained they triangulated the people's present phones. They shut her up. Whoa, quick. She never spoke again publicly. Oh, okay. So they were trying to get them all. They want them all to have the same story, pretty much. Contact them all at the same time, give them the information. However, it still doesn't tell us whether these are fake alien, that they could just set up an interview and say, oh yeah, we paid some witnesses. They could do all that. Or if this is real. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to see one in real life, but if NASA says anything, I know they're lying. I mean, they got to be legit in some way, right? Because have y'all seen that movie Hidden Figures? I'll be honest, it's one of my favorite movies. I really enjoy it. But I'm like, how did y'all? So are all these people just lying about them working on the space shuttle, or the space orbit or whatever they were trying to do? And you've given these people all these awards, and not that they wouldn't do it because they're such good actors, but you said, have y'all read 1984? Literally everything in that book is present day. You know what? That might be a good. I have read it. It's been a very, very long time, but that might be a good book to start the book club with. That might be a good book to start it off, because that has been something that I feel like every year we have something to reference in that book. Since the time that I've had to read it in school, it's always been referenced because something out of that book is coming true. I mean, but a lot of his books did. You say alien, I say dirty Nephilim. Bigfoot test tube grown life force. Yeah. And I think that's where it ends up being. Aliens, Nephilims, demons. 30 to 40 police cop cars. Goodness. I guess that would have been a good day to commit some crime because they were all at the mall. I think the alien thing would fit perfectly into the great description. Looking earth thing, the gray man created you. There's no God. He'll take you home to his home planet and milk you for food. Yeah, because who's the people that believe in the big-headed scientist? I should know this. I hate when I draw blanks. I mean, there's a lot of religions that believe in the fact that aliens created us. So, yeah. He'll take you to his home planet and milk you for food. George Orwell. George Orwell, yes. Had a lot of good books that need to be checked out. And it's a wonder why they made us read it in school. Like it was required reading. And so it's just so interesting the things that they put in front of us. I can't find those early day photos and videos of the Miami thing when they showed the live footage. You have sworn there was a terrorist attack with massive police presence. Let me go back and see if, because where do you what's your search engine? I wonder because I'm seeing quite a few videos. I don't know the length of the one. Mm. Okay, I think I might have found some. I might have to chop it up and post it for you guys because one I'm shooting is like 18 minutes long. I don't know. That's gonna be way too long for the live. But yeah, I'll go through them and chop them up, see if I can find it. I'm having a DuckDuckGo it though. Um, you said, wait, Nation of Islam. Now, how did they get into it? What's the tie there? Witnesses described 8 to 10 foot shadow beings that would appear and disappear, phasing in and out of all reality. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be back to my track days if I ever saw that. 8 to 10 foot? No, 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 no. No thanks. I have been using DuckDuckGo, but I can't find much on Google anymore about it. Okay, yeah, I think I found some videos. So I'm gonna search through them and see what I can get out of them. Yeah, I hardly even get on Google anymore. Scientology is a UFO cult. Yep, Scientology. There's even one. It starts with an R. They're not the Raytheon. It was a old matter of fact. I don't even hear about these people anymore, but they're old school. But they were one of the first ones to talk about the reptilians. But what is that religion called? Yeah. Man, that was so long ago when I heard about those people. That was probably over like 20 years ago. But I want to say it was an offshoot of Scientology, and they believe like these weird creatures created it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's so much. Again, I don't know why it's so much easier to believe that we were created by some type of reptilian or some type of alien rather than the spirit that we're actually breathing right now. Um, isn't it kind of sus? A lot of the cults have a 3-letter agency ties. Now, I mean, knowing what we know now, it just makes sense. Like they're all tied to the same cults. It's all the same thing. They just change the name of it. Or they'll create different sects, like little circles within circles, and they just name it something different, but they all report up to the same head. Well, he said that I saw that some Scientology people took aid from people that were in the fires. What do you mean? What do you mean they took aid? Like people needed help and they cut them off at the knees, sidestepped them. Um, did anyone see the video of Governor Gavin lying to that lady about being on the phone with the president? She asked to hear his call because she didn't believe him, and then he hit her with the bad service. No. Ian, oh man, he's just. What about him made him keep getting reelected? I mean, he just looks snaky when he's on TV. So what was he saying and showing y'all that made you want to keep electing that man? He's just a shady guy. And then him stepping down. That's messed up. Hit her with the AT&T. Can you hear me now? That's messed up. See, these people ain't no good. They were blasting on the TV yesterday. Insurance policies dropped nearly 100,000 people's policies months before the fires. Yeah, exactly. So again, knowingly, yeah, so like they've been doing this for years, but that many people in the short time span is suspicious. It's just, I just don't believe in this many coincidences. Y'all did the same in Maui, doing the same in LA. Something's going on in New York. Y'all dropping policies like 100,000 people, 100,000. Like you want the side eye. I don't understand how people can be born and be so anti-human. Yeah, I don't either. Like, I can get how you can have a disdain towards humanity, obviously, because we see the violence and the wickedness going on, but there's people that have disdain towards babies and stuff. I'm like, why are you so mad at them? They can't do anything to you. They're not hurting you. But yeah, I don't. It's just it's hard to we can't understand wickedness. That's really just what it is. This is wicked stuff, and we can't comprehend it. Not to this level. Like, we're all sinners and all that good stuff, but I know we're not out doing this stuff. Oh, they drove trucks filled with aid away. Yeah, see, they're doing this on purpose. It's just too much. It's too much is adding up this way. Mm-mm. I'm just speechless. I'm really just speechless that this is all going on. That man literally has blood on his hands. The skeletons in his closet are all tied to things the average person would do a lengthy sentence for. Yeah. But again, you're in the city, the stuff is happening, and you keep voting for this man. Oh, I just don't know. And joined in, but the global wars was before the fire. They were mocking God. So I believe it. Oh, I saw that. It could be judgment. Had a dream about this back in 2023. Yeah, and this is not, we see this happening time and time again. They go on there. What was that place where they had that big parade and they were doing all that mocking God? They were doing some of the most debaucherous stuff in that parade. And next thing you knew, there was this huge natural disaster that hit. I don't even remember if it was a tsunami or what happened, but took them all up out of here. But yeah, you're right. They were mocking God on that award show right before it happened. I don't know why they don't learn. I have a buddy who's a big real estate developer, and ever since the early 2000s, he told me see something sus event freeing up land and resources. No development was behind it. That's crazy. Like, we can never own property. I don't you can never own property. If the government comes in, says they want it, eminent domain reigns. That's not good. That's so sad to displace all these people. And I hated looking in the comments and people were like, "Well, they're rich. They can get another house." Maybe they can't. We don't know these people's lives. We don't know their finances for real. We know what we see on TV. And even still, even you think just because you have money, you're not going to be sad about a picture that you lost or some other type of memorabilia, some type of award that you might have worked hard for, or a blanket that your mama gave you. It could be anything that you've lost. Do you think that that's not going to matter just because you got millions of dollars in the bank? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I saw something similar in Kansas in the early 90s. There was a huge fire and the army was turning back fire trucks, and the first responders then claimed none went down there. They were set up. My goodness. And what was the point of that? What even came of that? You know, it's just sickening. It's just sickening. To just disregard humans and Brazil. Thank you. I see. I feel like y'all be knowing exactly. Brazil went ham on that parade. They were doing as much as they could. I feel like every type of blasphemy they could pull out, they did it. And I don't know if it was it was it a flood or something that came and swept them away. Doing too much. Oh yeah, that's crazy. The world we live in today. You just mock Jesus openly, but you can't not pay your taxes. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, lock you up. They'll lock you up. Garnish your wages. Freeze your bank accounts. And little tidbit, they can freeze all your. If you have, like, say for instance, you bank with a particular bank and you have a savings and a checking account, they can freeze both of those accounts. And any other account tied to it. So, mm-mm. There was a video I saw yesterday talking about the celebrities that lost their homes. They were making fun of them, saying everyone who got outed this year's homes will now burn. Oh, dang, that's messed up. But I was seeing people on there that weren't, I was like, dang, like Ricky Lake and Janae Aiko. I was like, man, Paris Hilton. I mean, I heard she was a meanie, but yeah, that's so sad. Yeah, that's what they say. Cam the King, never let a good crisis go to waste. That's exactly what they say. And so again, it's hard to see if this is just a crisis because again, they ain't got, well, they won't let them have any water. They won't distribute any water. You know what? No, I'm not even going to give them that. I'm not even going to give them the benefit of the doubt. This is a setup. You don't have all that water there for nothing and don't spread it around. Oh, and another thing they said was that they're not even allowed to clean up the leaves in the forest. And so it's just easy for things to catch fire. They're not allowed to clean up the leaves in the forest. What sense does it all make? Can't distribute water, can't clean up the leaves, turning the fire trucks away. Like it just, mm-mm, mm-mm. Oh, and then she cut the budget like 50, 70 million or some crazy. Mm-mm. You're right. I'm sure that there are some elderly people that had their house since way back when and now it's gone. Yeah. Just think about it like your house is paid off. You're not worried about no mortgage. You're probably retired, just chilling. Mm-mm. I mean, but I get it. It's a dangerous area. What can you do? I've seen all types of weird stuff with FEMA, like after the huge tornado in Oklahoma in May 1990s, it looked more like a concentration camp than FEMA there. Yeah, what happened to all the, I'm not even going to say that. Like I wanted to come, but remember for years at a time, there was a huge move with these FEMA camps. And they were seeing them get set up. They were gutting out Walmarts and stuff like that, just emptying them out. People were seeing tanks coming through the city. They were buying up those little plastic coffin looking things. And then I don't know, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I posted it to the stories on IG, but they have a little robot machine now that just rolls around and scoops up dead bodies. It literally, you're laying on the ground, it just rolls and scoops you up. They were like, what? Why would you need that type of machine unless you're planning on picking up tons of bodies? They too much planned for us, guys. Too much planned. They stopped the natives in Cali from doing forest maintenance in the late 80s. Before that, you saw a lot of stress fires because they did not control burns and stuff. Yeah, see, it just doesn't make sense. Like, there are sticklers out here. Let our aquifer get too low. You're not allowed to wash your car. You're not allowed to water your grass. You're not allowed to, you know, use a certain, you have to use a certain amount of water every day. They don't play about that when they're really trying to conserve something. There's big old signs about, don't smoke over here or whatever. Brush fires are happening, gets real dry over here. Signs everywhere. So it just seems like Cali, y'all doing everything to go against what y'all should be doing. Or I would say we would think that you should be doing, but obviously you have an agenda that you have to stick with. Have you seen the pictures that show massive tornadoes all right on top areas with Masonic lodges going back to the late 1800s? Wait. What? What? No. But as somebody who is extremely, extremely fascinated with tornadoes, when I say every science fair project when I was young was about tornadoes, no. So there's just pictures of them. That's crazy. I don't even know where my thoughts are going with that. Like one part of my brain is leaning towards HARP, kind of implying that they are dealing with weather, and then another part of me is like, okay, is this showing some kind of judgment going on with behind the Masonic lodges? I No, I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds crazy as I don't know what. Mm. You said that Walmart crap got me paranoid here in Texas. They converted a lot of them Walmarts to immigration hold facilities. Yeah. Um, and I haven't even seen them as well. No, I've seen a big immigration hold, but it's at the CPS. It's at the energy, where you pay your energy bill. It's there. They have like a big old huge tent, and like it's like buses and buses of immigrants come there all the time. The police are always there. But now these Walmarts, they were building like neighborhood Walmarts on almost every corner. They're pretty nice locations. Then all of a sudden, they just started gutting them. So I don't know. There's now satellite maps and illustrations of them where they show the lodge location, then the tornado and how strong the tornado was. But there's only maps that show the tornadoes right on top of them. That is crazy. Mm-mm. Oh, you know what? And I think I was picturing like a lodge with an actual tornado, but oh, that's very interesting though. Very, very interesting. And I wonder if, I mean, do you remember if they were strong tornadoes? Mm-mm. Yeah, harp is very interesting. I'm hearing that one of the bloodlines has a statue where whatever character it is, I don't know what god or deity it's supposed to be, but it's holding a harp and it's supposed to be a representation of harp. And a lot of people don't think that there's an ability to control the weather, but I don't know. I know that I saw this video about a patent that was going around for the fog situation. Have y'all been hearing about the fog, or who has been living in the air? Who lives in the areas where the fog has been breaking out? Because they're saying this fog is stinky. They're saying it's not quite like regular fog, and then it kind of reminds you of the movie The Fog, and how something was in it, um, taking those people out. But yeah, they've been cloud seeding for a long time. I mean, it probably starts. I think that type of rainmaking witchcraft obviously started with Indians and things like that, rainmakers. But these people have found a way to release chemicals into the atmosphere that causes the clouds to rain. Dallas had a freaking cloud making factory. You can drive by it and watch it making clouds. Are you serious? And pumping them into the air? These people just don't care. My. And I really wish I could get on the computer right now. It's just if I switch over, it's going to cut off the live. But if any of y'all seen that clip of Prince long time ago talking about how they were, he was talking about chemtrails back then. But them making clouds is some totally different. It's what the Bible calls making clouds appear. It's a type of divination. Um, yes, a lot of tornadoes were record breakers, and that's scary, man. These people just playing with this weather. Can't just be throwing tornadoes around and hurricanes around. Again, I love them. I like to look at them, but those are some scary creatures. If you don't think the weather can be manipulated, you're just not up to date in science and info. Um, Dubai admitted, or is that Dubai? Dubai admitted seeding was the cause of their flooding. See, I just don't understand why you can't wait to make it rain naturally or let it rain naturally. Mm, 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 mm. Oh yeah, I remember the Prince thing and his comment about neighborhoods and once planes would fly over and spread stuff all over, the people in the community would be angry and aggressive. Exactly. Yep, he sure did. Yep. He sure did. He said the people in his neighborhood would become violent. Yep. And do you think it's still a contributing factor now? Do you think that these chemtrails are the reason why our communities are kind of being torn apart, or is it all just bad morals? Because they know the chemicals that they know what these chemicals can do. He implied whatever was being sprayed changed people's emotions. And that's not, I just don't feel like that's far-fetched, because obviously what they're using in the vaccine vase, you got the mercury, you got the aluminum, and all kinds of stuff that causes breakdown of the mind. It's eating away at people. Yeah, Prince was talking way too much before he left. And that's probably why he had to end up leaving. And he thought he was going to get away too. And he remember that contract. He said there's a lot of science to prove human emotions can be manipulated. I don't doubt that. I think we're seeing the effects of that. I absolutely think we're seeing just the movements that are going on right now. And of this, I'm going to just call them science deniers. And I think most of that comes from being manipulated. They know people are gullible. They say Botox causes people to lose empathy. Whoa. Wow, that's a strange connection. I wonder why that is. And and I guess I'm thinking the main people that get Botox is who? Women. And I'm sorry to say, but I think if anybody's heading the we've lost empathy crowd, it's a lot. It's a group of women. Boss independent babes with the BBLs and the Botox. I don't need nobody for nothing. I don't care about these babies. I don't care about these men like that. I can see that being a correlation. But no, that's crazy. I guess I'm trying to just think about what you. That's just crazy. If drugs can change your neural pathways, it's no brainer. It can change your emotions quite literally. Shoot, I guess so. But you know what? Actually, now that you guys are mentioning it, it makes sense. Like when my cousin was here, um, they put him on Ritalin. And it's no joke. You know how the Cat Williams makes that joke in his comedy special about his kid on Ritalin, and he didn't even want to play. And it's kind of like how my cousin was. He was very, very mellow with it. Didn't have too much emotion. Didn't really do too much talking and laughing. Oh, but when he was off of it, he was rowdy. But yeah, I guess I can kind of understand that. I guess I can. They don't want anyone speaking truth with a big following and influence. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They'll look at your followers, see how many followers you have, and you got too many people can hear your voice, and you're saying the right things, you're definitely getting shut down. You can have millions of followers and say the wrong things, though, and they won't touch you. Matter of fact, you probably start getting offered endorsements and all kinds of stuff. Same with movies and subliminals. The pattern of emotions can embed feelings to certain messages and archetypes within a person's mind. You can train someone to literally hate the idea of authority. And I think that's why a lot of people had so much problems with rock music. Rock music is supposed to be of the devil, and I'm not saying that it's not, but it was very prevalent. It's a prevalent theme in rock music about the devil. I remember being at work one time. I was working at this restaurant, and I think I had been talking about it, mentioning something like that. And one of the managers had the nerve to say, "No, it doesn't. It doesn't promote any type of devil worship or anything like that." And for whatever reason, we got quiet. Next thing you know, I heard "Running with the Devil." It was a song called "Running with the Devil." It was playing over the loudspeaker. And he just looked at me and he walked away. I'm like, it says it in the music. They tell you what it's about. Yeah, and so they saw a lot of youth going astray listening to the rock music. And the same thing is happening with hip hop, which is the reason why they can come to those rappers and say, "Hey, we've got a plan. We're buying up all these private prisons. We need to get them filled." So that means your music has to be the one to inspire these people to go out and commit crimes so that we can then put them in prison and make money. It's the same thing. Marley's killer, who was in the CIA, spoke of using Botox to kill targets. Mm. Well, I mean, again, now that I think about it, remember I did the MK Ultra video, and one of the toxins that they used was I guess botulism, which is what Botox is made out of. And if you eat something with botulism in it, you're pretty much up out of here. But yet they'll take that and inject it into people's face or women's face. I don't know if men get it, but yeah, I'm not. That's crazy. And you could just shoot. You want to take some of these people out of here? You just gotta put Botox in. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yes, there are some treacherous females out here, and it seems like we can't talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it, but no, you can't, because I watch a lot of podcasts, a lot of panels. I think everybody's trying to figure out how we can build up our communities, and so we're noticing the conversations that need to be had. But yeah, like you said, there's some people that are not trying to hear it. But Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could say a lot about that. I think more and more people are starting to talk about it though. They're like, most wars are started by women or because of women. Not by women, but because of women. I mean, I don't know how the truth about that, but yeah, I think I just feel like tides are turning a lot. And whereas we might have seen men as the aggressor back then, and might have seen a lot of their depraved ways come out in war and things like that, I think we're starting to subtly see that, you just gotta start wars to be evil and wicked. I don't understand the boss babe phase. Why you want to work like a slave and have a bunch of cats? Um, I mean, just from what I'm hearing, a lot of it does go back to the whole submission conversation that we kind of touched on earlier, where you have to, if you want a man or if you want a woman, excuse me, you're gonna have to work in concert with them at some point. And for some strange reason, there are some women that see a problem with men having the role as the leader or the head of the household. And they're throwing this whole partnership word out a lot, partner, me and my partner, you and your partner, like we're partners. And it's like, I remember when that word partner was only for gays. It's not a partnership in a marriage. Somebody is the head. And that doesn't mean that you are a nobody if you're not the head. That's not what that means. It just means that everybody has a role to play. And women, we were created to be the helpmeets. And there are women that don't like that. But sometimes, we can, yeah, won't preach too much. Hello, visual vlogs. I'm glad that you are here. Welcome. When you don't have a covering, you think silly things like being a boss babe. Exactly. Like, man, being a cute workhorse for max 10 years isn't a good thing. Yes. When you have, and here's the thing, when you got a certain spirit that is working in you, like for instance, if you have a Jezebel spirit, okay, like a lot of people, I guess a lot of people point out that women tend to have a hoe phase. But let me tell you, when you have the Jezebel spirit on you and you're acting in that capacity, you don't think that what you're doing is wrong. It feels absolutely right and good and normal. And you do feel like you have the upper hand when you have the Jezebel spirit on you. You do feel like you're in control. And you passing it out to this one and you putting passing it out to that one. You put this one to sleep. Like it's a badge of, I'm just being candid with y'all. It's a badge of honor when you have the Jezebel spirit on you. To jump from this guy to that guy, to snatch him up, to take him from his girl. Like it's a badge of honor. But when you no longer have that spirit on you, you are able to see clearly and you're like, oh, no. Like if I would have known now what I knew then, I wouldn't have gone to college. I had a blast at college. A blast. But I wouldn't have missed out on motherhood for college. Nope, haha. Right. They'll find out when the cats destroy the sofa. And that's not and there's nothing wrong with not wanting, right, like family and all that kind of stuff. I think it more so is being looked at as a problem because there's people with vitriol that are at the forefront being advocates. You shouldn't get married. You shouldn't treat men nice. You kill all the babies. Like that's when it becomes problematic. Not just because you don't feel like having kids or you don't want to be married. No, there's no problem with that. There are some people that have the gift of singleness. But I think that narrative is being pushed on a lot of women that really don't feel that way, but you can't go because they feel like you can't go against the sister code. Because if you go against the sister code, you get called a pick me and all kinds of other stuff. But anyway, I feel like I ranted about that, but yeah, no, I don't think that when you get older and you start looking around and there's nobody there and you might have all these accolades and all these awards and all this money, but then you find out that you have no one to share it with. I just don't believe the hype. Have y'all seen the clip of the women panel telling women to have a bunch of meaningless sex? And one woman says she had sex with a dude who was getting her toilet paper because she couldn't wipe. What? First of all, why couldn't she wipe? And I don't know if I've seen that panel. I feel like there's a panel on it right now they're talking real reckless. It has Tori Hart on it, Kevin Hart's ex-wife. But yeah, have a bunch of meaningless sex. Not Are there some women that are cut out for that? I would venture to say there are some, but most women, no. Most women, the guy that you are laying down with, you want him. Like you want to be his girl most of the time. So to just act like you can just jump from man to man to man and it be meaningless, I doubt it. She said she had sex with him in the my goodness, she had sex with him in the meat storage room or something crazy. Again, that Jezebel will make you do some crazy, crazy things. I definitely will. Between botulism and autism, take autism every time. Yeah, because you can get taken up out of here with that botulism, but autism, most of those people are functioning, very, very smart. I think they end up being like a savant. You know how they call them idiot savants? They're not really idiots. It's just that whatever happened to them, whether it's a chemical or an accident that happened, it shuts off one part of their brain and then it just makes the other part of their brain that still functions just super, super active. I don't know if that makes sense to you. I don't know if you know people that can't really see very well. Like they might wear glasses, but they can hear very well. You know, if they lose one sense, they're just very, very active in another sense. So heck yeah, I'll take autism. I think I'd rather be ugly. Okay, okay. Then let some Asian lady stick a needle in my face to prevent some wrinkle, but I instead stroke out. I mean, people try some crazy, crazy remedies. I'm assuming that's you thinking like acupuncture type of. Oh, yeah, or even Botox. Yeah, and have you seen it when they squirt? Like they'll poke it in one side of the lip, and then the Botox will shoot out the other side. Is so gross. Oh my goodness. I cannot see people getting Botox. I'm so sorry. Down with feminism. Yeah. I feel like it's taken us down very, very dark hole. Dating in the early 2000s was easier. You like my skin suit. I like your skin suit. Let's be one skin suit. Oh, definitely. And I think the music promoted that too. You know, even you could take it back to you could take it back to Destiny's Child. Cater to You wasn't nobody was mad about them singing about catering to no man. They were all for it. I'm drawing a blank right now, but there were lots of songs like that that was all about men and women, and then a shift happened. And again, back in the day, it wasn't all about money. You didn't have to have no money to be with nobody. You could go to the park. You could have a picnic. Movies was very cheap back then, so you could still do that. There was just things that I don't know. I just feel like we enjoyed each other's company back then. Now everybody is a glorified prostitute. I still think the word partner is kind of gay. I think it is, and not even kinda. I think it's all the way gay. No offense, but I'm not your partner. Like if we're in business together, cool. And I know the government thinks of marriage as a partnership, but no. I'm like that's my husband, or if you're the husband, that's my wife. It implies a role. It implies that work is being done. But I don't know. The issue is someone will submit to other things that actually don't even care about them. Yep. Your boss at work don't care about you, and old dude that's piping you down, but ain't got you a ring don't. Exactly. And I think they make that point as well. They're like you'll take instruction from your boss, but if your dude is giving you some type of advice or some type of thing to do, then you have an issue with it. So, I mean, to be honest, I'm confused on what these women really want. And I'm just speaking as a woman, from a woman's perspective. Like me as a woman, I want a man, like how would I act? And it's the total opposite of what these people are talking about. um oh, sorry. I'm right. I see the dating from the 2000s and people tell me about it. To me, at 22, it seems like a fever dream. Mm, yeah, I'm sorry to say this generation is downhill. Dudes wearing suits to the clubs and button shirts. Fashion was different back then. Yeah, it really was. It really was. Yeah, fashion was, I mean, it was a different culture. Just even for the hip hop heads, you had stuff like Carl Kanai and Fubu, Dada type of attire. But then you also still had the express clothes that you could wear if you were the type of person that liked the button ups or the Men's Warehouse or whatever. The girls, we had all kinds of stuff. Rainbow, Forever 21. I think no, Forever 21 wasn't out. 579. There was a lot of stuff back then. But it was a different look. It was a different feel. You said I only liked college for the traveling opportunities. Oh man. I mean, I liked the travel, but no, I don't know, my college was I don't know, I loved everything about it. From the caf, we had buffet. We had a buffet lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like the sports, I liked the activities, the concerts we had, the step show. I mean, everything about it. Everything about it. Um, it's very different today. There wasn't dating apps or much social media back then, besides MySpace. I know. I remember when MySpace came out. But yeah, people really didn't. Everything was in person. I mean, yeah, we talked on the phone, but when you wanted to do something with your friends or, go out on a date, like you met up and you went out. You actually got to know people. You actually talked and had conversations. So I never understood how being a slut is empowering. Some girl told me it was empowering for her to have casual sex a lot. I said, you are sure that empowering feeling isn't your back being thrown out? Um, and I hear you, Cam the King. I absolutely hear what you're saying. Um, but when you're on that mindset, I don't know how to explain it to you. Just like when guys have a pull a girl and kind of the way that feels for some strange reason, when you're a slut, that feeling is flipped. And it feels good when you pull the guys, when you get their attention, or when they give you what they got, or I don't know how to explain it. And you don't even think about it as they're taking something from you or you're giving them, your body or your value. It's not even about that. You're trying to, I don't know, you're trying to be the best in bed. That's really all it is. That's all you're trying to do. Did you hear about the girl that had sex with 100 dudes in a day? Yeah. And the crazy thing is, she had a breakdown, but what we thought she wasn't breaking down because she realized I'm being a dirty, you know, person. She got upset because some of the people that signed up to be with her, she didn't make them nut. These were her OnlyFans followers that she decided that she was going to give them the opportunity to be with her. I believe she was going to give everybody like 2 minutes or something like that, 2 to 4 minutes or something like that. Everybody was going to get a piece of the pie. And then some people weren't satisfied with whatever happened during their time. And this girl started busting out crying. And not only is she going to stop at 100 dudes a day, her next goal is 1,000 dudes. 1,000. I don't even have nothing else to say about that. That's just nasty. And then she said her parents help her out. She said her parents help her out with her OnlyFans because they don't want her to be sad, and it would make her sad if her OnlyFans wasn't successful. Ain't that some stuff? It's just ridiculous the amount. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my goodness. Psychologically, any person who is having meaningless sex, man or woman, something is mentally wrong with them or dealing with trauma. Um, and I won't even play on the trauma part hard because honestly, not everybody has trauma, but is something wrong with them? Yes, absolutely. But I don't know if it's in the sense of what you would really consider a mental issue. Um, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a mental issue, but you're really just your mind is just warped. Yeah, hindsight is 2020. If you want to politely figure out how many sexual partners she's had, ask her how many different silly fans she's seen. She think about them all from when she laid on her back and watched them rotate. Oh my goodness. Now, and listen, I know this is a big myth that I'm gonna call it a myth. Every girl doesn't lie about their body count. I know it's the whole multiply by 3 and every guy takes that and runs with it. It's not true. There are some women that are honest about their body count. So just don't I guess what I'm just trying to put into just don't think that everybody's lying to you. If you end up having to ask a woman that, it could be true that there's more, but she might not be lying. Take You Down by CB was Primavera. Yeah, he got some good jams. Got some good jams. I'm gonna use that line and find out G, good looks fam. You know, it's silly. If you believe Celestial this time, Beyonce was something like a glorified prostitute. You know, I would have never even thought about Beyonce as a prostitute, honestly, until people started coming out like, oh, she be sleeping with this and one and that one, and she'd be with women and this and that. I mean, she definitely didn't come off like that when they first came out, but now you listen to her songs, Partition and Haunted and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, maybe she was passed around. I don't know for sure, but maybe. And yeah, Celestial said she had to do some strange things in this industry. I feel like, yeah. How many are not glorified prostitutes? You said a lot. Then used to be a lot more based on vibes. Um, I mean, yeah, I guess I understand. I'm trying to understand what you mean by vibes. It's pretty vague, but yeah, it was just all about you really genuinely like somebody. You really wanted to get to know them. You liked their character. Um, yeah, you thought they looked good or whatever, and you went from there. Now you can't talk to nobody without, offering your cash app. You want to talk to me, you got to get my hair done, get my nails done. Like, I started working at 15. I was getting my own hair and nails done. I wasn't asking my boyfriend, who was also 15, to do it for me. But anyway, now OTS, super hypergamous. Yeah. Yeah. Whereas back in the day, I mean, it just, you weren't trying to be seen with all those dudes. As a woman, you just weren't. It's just a little different. Even if they play like it's not in the beginning, even if they play like it's not in the beginning, yeah, it's really about money. I think now it is. And the gays know it. Oh, and the guys know it. Okay, and the guys know it. Yeah, the gays don't care. Yeah, the guys know it. They're waking up. Um, Maybe not doing so much tricking. Cause T.I. messed him out when he said it ain't tricking if you got it. And so everybody started tricking. We don't need relationships in the future with robots. Few will be breeders. Most will be on the factory line making new iRobot slave masters. That, yeah, that sounds scary. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, you're saying we don't need relationship in the with futures. And that's the problem. It's going to be a few people, and yeah, they're going to be the slaves. I mean, but what can you do? These people are these robots are taking these people's job left and right. Like you walk into a place and they literally just point you to the kiosk. You want to check out? Go to the kiosk. Like sometimes I want to come to a person. I want them to check me out. Back in the 2000s, the satanic music industry was working for the common working man. Good old days. Yeah, now it's just for the elite. Yeah. Nowadays, I just want three P's: peace, PlayStation, payday. Hey, I'm with you on that. Minus the PlayStation, only because I like other consoles better. But I mean, yeah, that's really all it is. And I hate to even say payday because I hate having to work for money. I really, really do. I really do. Do not like it. America has the worst education models. Most people here are tards. Honestly, I don't remember there being so many, 20, 30 years ago though. Like I see these podcasts now and they'll go up to people on the street and ask them just basic questions and these people do not have an answer. I but I also think it's on purpose. Like has any of you had to learn the Common Core math? Like I wouldn't have made it if I had to learn that, I wouldn't have made it. I have no idea what's going on with Common Core math. It doesn't make an ounce of sense to me. I feel like this generation is being taught what to think and not how to think. So I don't know, but I don't know. There's a lot of people opting out, going homeschool way. Yeah, I think that same girl says she was planning on sleeping with 1,000. Yeah, that's so gross. I just don't understand how her walls gonna stand up. It's all about ego. That's what it is. Yeah. I think I might be a psychopath. I want none of the things most people want. To most of them, I'm like, ew. Um, or you can just, I don't know, maybe what looked so good back then just don't look too good anymore. Or maybe it never did. I feel like a lot of things that I went for, it was just because it was what you were supposed to do. Like college was what you did when you got out of high school. Like I had to scrounge around in my brain to pick a major. I'm like, what could I possibly go to school for? But if I would have known what I know now, I could have just, out of high school went and got a good, start a career. You can start a career straight out of high school. If I would have known that, I might have done things differently. But it was always told to us that we had to go to school to get a career. So, you have to have A1 health insurance to deal with a chick who's having sex with 100 dudes in a day. Man, the viruses that may be pumping through your vessel after that. And I think they said some of the diseases they don't even test for on a regular basis. Do y'all remember? Again, I don't remember how old y'all are, but there was a big old outbreak in the porn industry back in the day, and people was catching HIV tough. Like the it was famous porn stars that caught it, and they realized, okay, we're not testing as much as we needed to. And but yeah, a lot of these viruses remain dormant. Sometimes you're born with them. Sometimes you contract them and don't even know. They just lay dormant at the base of your spine until something stress or whatever triggers it. Then it comes out, and then next thing you know, shoot, has she not even seen what's going on in Atlanta right now, in Houston? They said that there's an outbreak. So I don't know why people want to keep playing with their lives. Mm-mm. I feel like she's gonna end up possessed by demons. Wait, who? Wait, who are we talking about right there? Because if we talking about Beyonce, she's already gone. Yeah, I think Beyonce already possessed by the demons. If that's who we're talking about. I swear her story is a rerun from about 20 years ago. I think the Guinness Book of World Records was a petition to include most coital meetings in a day and actually listed it or something. That's just like out of every record in the book that you want to break, that's the one you want to go. It's just baffling to me. That's baffling in the fact that people want to change what the definition of like a slut even is. Can a body handle 1,000 bodies? To be quite honest, I don't think it can. I don't see how it can. I don't see how it can. And imagine if soul ties are real. Because that's just in that session. It's 1,000 bodies in that session. bodies in the one previous. Then that's not even to mention who she's performed with since she's been, in the industry. It's just crazy. You said no, your body can't handle 1,000 bodies. She might actually need medical help after that. No, for real. Yeah, I just don't see her being too sane. I don't see how she's gonna be sane after that. I don't see how she's sane after 100. She's got to be crying herself to sleep. I bet you her father is a soy boy, no strong masculine figure. Oh, sorry, father is like, yes, let me help make the website successful my daughter's going to use to have a bunch of wieners sneezing her. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you got to be, a lot of these parents are being manipulated into doing things that they wouldn't normally do because they're being told, oh, well, I'll commit suicide if you don't support me, or, I'll hate myself, or just whatever. And so as a mother, you probably don't want to hear that. Or even as a friend, your friend tells you, oh, if you don't affirm me, I'll hurt myself. You're like, oh man, I don't want you to hurt yourself, friend. And so you're being manipulated into accepting all this stuff, but you're really not for it. Yeah, what kind of dad? How do you sit at the dinner? I just have so many questions. How do you get together with family after that? After they know that you do this? What do y'all even talk about? Like, we can't just talk about normal things. Mm-mm. I used to give a different number for body count until I realized it was sexual partners one was asking about. Wait, what? What did you think they were asking you? That's funny. You said, Auntie Epiphany, you ain't here how in the streets dealing with the new generation. I'm going full African ancestor, and unless there's a hymen, she got bodies on her. Listen, I hear you. I hear you. I don't know what to say. No, I'm definitely out of the streets. I'm definitely out. Um, yeah, I just feel sorry for just this newer generation. Only because I don't think they see that people have their best interests at heart. I think oh, you're trying to stop my fun. No, it's not about that. We want you to have fun, but we just know that if you carry down this path, you're not going to like yourself at the end of it. And you might not be able to take back what you've done and the consequences that have happened because of it. Like I talked about my cousin earlier. My cousin's gone, y'all. He was in that alternate lifestyle. He is gone. That three-letter word took him up out of here. And I don't mean to tell his business, but I'm just saying, if I can talk to the younger generation, sometimes you can't take it back. And although these babies are blessings, a lot of trauma is being created in these families, and nobody's thinking about the children. But my. Beyonce made me return the admiration I previously had for yellow bone ladies. Yellow bonus, what he wants. Um, hey. she's special. She just went down the wrong path. I know I was telling my friend before, I don't think the British ever left the US. That's my theory. Well, their policies haven't, I know that. Their laws that they had over us, they haven't left. I know that. All they've done is expanded their quote unquote sphere of influence. Didn't Beyonce say she uses the Bible as a tampon? I remember a video breaking down her music video Lemonade. Yeah. I don't remember what song it's in because again I don't listen to her, but yeah, she said that. And what would even possess you to say that? And people barely, batted their eyes. She said she was levitating, she was swallowing swords, she was doing all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff that if you look it up, some type of black magic rituals. But we'll see what happens. They're making it like she's trying to separate herself from this situation. We'll see if her stuff comes out. Seems more like competition today to rack up as many miles as possible. Some of these chicks are offering 2 for 1 to get their numbers in. Yeah. But that's what happens when that spirit is on you. How many? Yeah, just old. It's hard to. You won't want to be a breeder anyway in the society. The robots will make you dry daily with metal utensils, so it won't be physically stimulating. That's just scary. And where in the hell? Sorry for my words, but where are they getting this quote unquote milk from? If these robots are gonna be inseminating people, where's the seed coming from? And how are they getting the seed? Men better be careful. Y'all better be careful. Humans are stupid. Why did we agree in mass paper with dead presidents? Cartoon artwork has value we have to slave for. I don't know. I think about that all the time. I feel like none of us were around, or the barter system where you could just trade your services for another service, or hey, I'll chop down your tree if you could, help me make this soup, or whatever the situation was. You were able to barter services and goods. But we're not even allowed to do that anymore. Matter of fact, they regulate how we're able to trade and buy and sell from one another. Like who thought that was a good idea? To let it get this far. Like y'all can be mad if you want to. I totally understood where Kanye was coming from when he made that comment about slavery being a choice. He wasn't saying initially, but doggone it, after a while, y'all didn't raise up. Because I feel like y'all weren't always outnumbered. We weren't always outnumbered. I was always surprised. I'm always surprised when they can't answer the basic geography of the U.S. It could be anything. Basic geography of the U.S., government questions, all kinds of stuff. They don't know it. Math, science, no, they don't know it. History, it's like, what are y'all doing in school? Remember when Kamala had those inmates fighting fires for rich people after the release date? And they said that they're doing it again, if I'm not mistaken. And matter of fact, Chris Brown said something about that too. He said that they have these inmates fighting these fires for pennies. For pennies. And are they going to give them a job when they get out? Are they going to let them be firefighters when they get out? Are they going to put them on a work release program? Are they going to get them some education? So, like, what is going to happen after this? Are you're just using them? I mean, don't just have them sitting in there, and taxpayers paying for them. Like I'm cool with letting them work, but don't exploit them. Give them the tools to do better, so that they're not causing havoc on the community when they get out, because they don't have no skills. I think I will homeschool. Yeah, if I ever have kids, I'm definitely homeschooling. Definitely. Too much going on in the schools. Too much. You can't regulate what they hear, what's being taught. None of that. There are so many advantages, sorry, to homeschooling. Yeah. I think the only con I can think of off the top of my head is just maybe a lack of socialization, but you can always put them in outside sports, in like community leagues and things like that. Like, I'm a big proponent of sports. I feel like sports saved my life. I wasn't like a down bad kid, but when you have to maintain a certain grade point average and things like that to go to school or to play sports, or when you can't get in trouble because you might not be able to run or whatever. I think all that stuff is important, but again, you can always get that stuff outside of the school. Let's see here. They're desensitizing the general population to degeneracy. They want people to seethe in chaos. Yeah, yeah. And I see that a lot. The whole fan the flame thing a lot with the LGBTQ plus, and more so with the T part of it. I think there was a point in time where people were just like, okay, do what you want to do. Nobody really, I don't know. I want to say they didn't care, but you just didn't really think about it too much. It wasn't on your mind. You saw somebody in passing, they looked kind of crazy. You just kept it moving. But I think that they're pushing it on us so much to the point where people are developing a hatred. And so you're seeing that come out. And so when they're calling people, this phobic and that phobic, it's like, you know what? At first I wasn't, but now I am. Now I'm getting sick and tired of you. I wasn't thinking about you before, but now since you keep on bringing it up and trying to talk to me about it and push it on me, and yeah, now I got an issue. And yeah, so I kind of see it from that aspect for sure. And I think that's the reason why we're having to have these type of conversations where we're talking about the division between, men and women or black and white or whatever. They're fanning the flames on purpose. But yeah. Okay, y'all. I know it's getting late. Last few comments. I asked a young guy to name 10 states, and he didn't. He named China third. I just walked off. If he's that stupid, I don't want to upset him, educating him and messing with the monthly check he's getting. Why would you know what? Oh my goodness. I just remember there used to be songs and stuff that we used to sing, back in the day to help you remember stuff. Honolulu, Hawaii, Boise, Idaho, Sacramento, California, Denver, Colorado, Hartford, Connecticut. And like we had songs. I still sing the song when I'm counting fours. I still just sing the song that I learned like in the second grade to count by four. So, but again, schooling is different these days. Schooling is different, but China, yeah, that's just baffling. The lady who is about to sleep with 1,000 men. Oh, okay, okay, yes. If she's not possessed already, yeah, if she's not possessed already, I hope they do a follow up on her so we can see where she's at and what happens. Cause ain't no way. I saw an interview with a sex worker on a podcast. She said in 15 years she had sex with 10,000 plus people. I was like, how is that physically possible? How did you not just become liquid or gas and implode? I know. What? How do you even I would have lost track of count. But what makes you want to do that? I mean, yeah, you got to have lost all feeling, all emotion, all feeling to let something like that go down. Mm-mm. It said Cam the King was talk G, so it how many bodies he murdered, not made love to. Oh, okay. Oh, oh my. Oh my. Okay. I was lost on that one. I can see how that can get confusing. Oh, you said, oh, British genetics have never left. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about their laws. I was going to say, okay, I know a little bit about that. British genetics ain't never left. Mm-mm. Let's see here. Let's see. Listen, I'll be honest. I'm a little bitter because I know I'm attractive and I'm trying to do things God's way. My hair braider tried to pull a move on me and she thick and fine. It hurt me to disengage. Well, why did you disengage? Why 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 weren't you feeling it? Um oh, she's strong. You can see the fair of her life. We are broken down. We weren't even allowed to learn to read. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely true. We were not allowed to read. And even the books that they did give us, they would, tear pages out and different things like that. Here's one thing that I'm not gonna say one thing I can say. I don't want to be rude, but if I can say one thing about the African population, when they come over here, they do not slack. And that's one thing that they talk down about the blacks here, is that they feel like we don't work hard enough. And they come from a place where they might be down and out, where, they live in a village, not making a lot of money, not having water, not having clothes. And they come here and they don't have time to play around. And so when you get the ability to do something, you go full out for it. So when they had the opportunity to read, did they take full advantage of it? And I don't know why the heck R. Kelly I know why his name is popping up in my head right now, but I'm like, sir, as privileged as you are and you didn't learn to read? How dare you? There was a time when we weren't even allowed to read. And so now that we are allowed to read, you just not gonna do it. You want to be subjected to somebody's whims. They could just tell you whatever they want you to hear and say, this is your contract. And no, no, no. I don't think it's fair to say it was a choice. Yeah, again, not to say initially. Maybe I could just be. To me, you can't. To me, I just don't take too much disrespect. I feel like the Lord, He put me in this era of time that I'm in for a reason, because I wouldn't have made it too long back then. Mm-mm. Yeah, he said Kanye being in crappy contracts was his choice. He chose not to read the contracts. Yeah. And that gets a lot of people caught up not reading them contracts. We've placed less and less value on human life as times passed. I know. Part of me wonders why that is, but I also know that we were taught evolution in schools for a very, very long time. And there's no value in how we came about, if evolution is true. Just a mindless process, no purpose intended. There's no reason to think that you have value. And here's another thing, and this is the reason why I don't use the word human. Like if I'm having a conversation, I just want to, get the point across, then yeah. But for the most part, I don't use the word human, because human is a part of the ape species. And I'm not no ape. My ancestors were Adam and Eve, mankind and womankind. And so when you are positing that we're all animals, and then you look at the animal kingdom and see how they ravage through each other, and you can't really argue that they have. I guess you can. I don't know. Some people argue that they have morals, but anyways, it's easy to see how you can disregard life, because we're just animals. We're just part of the animal kingdom. We're just acting like animals. Animals hunt and kill each other. They prey on each other, so we do it too. That's why I couldn't trust Kamala. That was back when she was a DA because she was on her back, allegedly. But I heard talk. I heard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Okay, I had to make sure I didn't miss a comment or to be gross. But I heard people talk about the smell in the room while the lady was sleeping with those guys. I bet. I bet. Just imagine. Just imagining everybody's pH. Like I could just imagine everybody's bacteria. Not everybody wash their tails good. Like just imagine. I don't even want to imagine, but mm. You said I'm extremely racist against all European accents. They all sound gay to me. Oh, poor European accents. I don't know. I wouldn't say they sound gay, but I do have a hard time. I do have a hard time understanding accents. Period. Though. Cause she got a she has a whole boyfriend. Oh, she has a whole boyfriend, and I'm not having premarital sex. Oh, well, good for you. That's number one, and number two, yeah, she's wrong for that. Yeah, she's wrong for that. And that's another thing. People need to quit playing with people's emotions. Not everybody is wrapped too tight out here, y'all. People are getting taken out for less. You know, you don't want to be with somebody, let them know. Don't be having people's babies and stuff. You know, you don't want to be with these people because not everybody's willing to break up their home. Not everybody's willing to let their children go live in a different household or in a different state. Not everybody wants to be on child support, having their hard-earned money ripped away from them. They gotta pay the child support plus you're gonna want them to pay extra on top of the child. No, not everybody wants that. I ain't finna help her cheat. I know that's right. I know that's right. And upon the first 48, no, thank you. Plus, it's just not right. It hurts. Cheating hurts. Yeah, evolution is a theory, but they preach it like it's gospel. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. But we all, and the thing is that they say evolution theory, and people keep on forgetting about that theory part. I recently heard that 1 in 4 of us actually have enough human blood to be considered human. Wait, whoa, hold on. Heard that 1 in 4 of us actually have enough human blood to be considered human. Wait, so what are the other three? What kind of blood that they think they have? Or wait, I got questions. Fiery Fierce, I got a lot of questions about that. I don't know where to start. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like, yeah, I don't know what that means. They just tell us anything. That's all I know. I don't be listening to them. It's more concerning to me that dudes that volunteered to be a number in the 100 man, how desperate you have to be to play with your health like that and feel worse for the number 100 who was last. Well, they say, I don't want to talk down on these guys. I know it's not easy for everyone to find someone. So yeah, they might be. This might be the only person that they have been able to touch in a long time. So it's, it's open, it's free. They're probably thinking, why not? This might be the last time I ever, the last chance I'll ever get. If I'm going to die, I might as well die this way. I can just think of all the things that they probably could be thinking. Yeah, but I would be concerned as well. And she knows that. She knows that. That's why she's playing her cards the way that she is. I don't even know if I want to read this comment because it's talking about food. I also recently heard that 2% of hot dogs have human DNA and 10% of vegan meat has actual meat in it. Yeah, I've been here. Poor vegans. I saw what was that, eggs made out of plant. I took a picture. I'll post it. I'll post it in the post. But yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand that. But yeah, this human thing. I don't know what their fascination is with putting human DNA and meat in the food that we consume, but it's just disgusting. Like they're trying to turn us into cannibals. That's just it's just disgusting. I studied the fall and the genetic tampering that was done in Noah's time deeply. I always wondered what these half creatures looked like. Were they all Dennis Robinsons or Vern Troyers? I don't know. Because isn't it weird? The Nephilim or whatever were giants, tall, like these basketball players are tall. But then when you research the creatures that are under the earth, they're all small and like bite-sized creatures. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. She said not even going to be checking for STD. Whoa. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. She says she's not even going to be checking for STD and stuff health wise for 1,000 men she's going to be sleeping with. She's got a death wish. Something she's got to be crying out for help. Cuz to intentionally not check for STDs, you purposely do not want to do this. You want to accept everything that comes your way. For what? For what reason? And wait, is she getting paid for this? Are they paying her? Not that it makes it better. I just want to know if she's even, heck no. I think we do realize that we've been living amongst other entities posing as humans for a long time. I think some of the serial killers and the like are not actually human. Yeah, that kind of crosses my mind at times as well. Because it's really hard to fathom that any, person can be that wicked and evil. Yeah, but mm-mm. I'm so optimistic. It's honestly adorable and admirable. I'm not sure what that is in response to, but um, I hope that's a good thing. I don't wanna be too pessimistic. I feel like I'm real. I wanna be if there's good to see in it, I'll try to see it, but I'm also gonna say no. No, no, no. Um, it's open, it's broken wide open, no walls of resistance. She just putty around like number 30. Yeah, I really wanna know. I mean, if her situation is trauma based, I wonder what the heck happened, to be honest. I wonder what happened. 'Cause what may yeah. Again, I've heard of whole faces, but 100, 1,000 body, like that's a lot. It's a lot of bodies. Putty, wait a minute, what? Putty vagina now human hot dogs. Yeah, this live has been every which way. I'm not gonna lie tonight, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely have. So, there was a Canadian pig farmer that was a serial killer. The government had to tell people their pork had 20 plus years of discarded human flesh in it. Oh my gosh. That sounds like a doggone scary story that I've read, but it was about a butcher and the people in the neighborhood were coming up missing and only one ended up getting away. And then as he was running down the street, the butcher was chasing him, and that's how they found out that where all the people were going. But that's it's disgusting. This is real life. But it goes back to Orson Welles as well with the Soylent Green. He been talking about this for a minute, so he obviously knew what it was. Pray over everything all the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. You see me and my family out and about eating, you're gonna see us bow our heads, close them eyes. Even if it's simple things, for those who are believers, even if it's simple things, I'll lose something and ask the Lord to help me find it, and He sure does. She's she's crying out for help or a free pap smear. Yeah, it's gonna be too late. That pap smear ain't gonna be able to do anything for that vagina. She's got to do better. She don't got no friends or nothing. I mean, well, heck, if her parents couldn't even help. My. From what I know, no one is paying her for it. She's doing it for the record, just for the love of the game. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. She's just doing it for the record. Oh my goodness. Have y'all heard about the farmer who had sex with a bunch of turkeys and told those turkeys for Thanksgiving last year? Butterball turkey. Wait, hold on. And told those turkeys for Thanksgiving last year, Butterball turkey farmer animal abuse. No. Ugh. That's just disgusting. So you looked at the turkey. Never mind. I'm not even gonna get into his head about what he could have even been thinking about when he smashed them turkeys. They released a paper from the CIA a few weeks ago saying that 15 times the estimated deaths in the U.S. may now be tied to serial killers. They said they drastically underestimated the previous numbers. See, they know these serial killers. They know who these people are. I don't know, but I wonder what made them say that though. What brought them to that conclusion? I don't know, y'all. Just walk circumspectly. Make sure you're paying attention. People can't come up and sneak you. I feel bad for her. She's going to have a hard time looking in the mirror. She proves evolution, though. She had enough human DNA in her to produce mutations. Yeah. No, that's really sad, though. I don't even know what you say to yourself every day, to be honest, after that. Yeah, I don't even know what you say to yourself. Oh, sold those turkeys. Okay, so he had sex with the turkeys and then sold them for Thanksgiving last year. That's disgusting. No, it's all good. That's disgusting. How do they find that out? How does how do you find something like that out? It's the age of information, they say, but some information I really don't want to know about. I know, right? I know. Especially when it comes to food. My goodness. I do not want to hear about them tampering with food, but you just gotta know. It's a common theme that a lot of high profile killers make claims of being part of experiments and being controlled to do so, controlled to do killing. Then they write them off as crazy with no previous history of so. Yep, I've seen that too. Yep. Whether it's the MK Ultra program or them, experimenting with drugs or yeah, hypnosis, all kinds of stuff. They're just experimenting on us. We're just a big experiment to them. Yeah, I have no doubt that they're setting what am I trying to say? They set things up to where violence can happen, like the purge. What happens if she gets pregnant? Like it's birth control, not population control. Exactly, because who the daddy? Are you going to test 100 men? Are you going to test 1,000 men? That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. Because I've seen paternity court where people come in there testing 13 men and none of them are the dad. Imagine having to test 100 men because heck no. You said that they found out on Google. Yeah, that's disgusting. But no, I gotta look that up. I hate to, but I really gotta look it up because how do they even find that out? Now and yeah, this is just. Oh gosh, I know, right? They couldn't figure out what the extra seasoning was that came stock in those turkeys. Shocked everyone. Most were guessing the secret sauce is garlic or something. That's gross. That's gross. That's not right. The hypnosis stuff is crazy what they claim to be able to do. Exactly. And that is why when I went to Vegas or even if I go anywhere else where they have hypnotic shows, you're not going to get me to do it. Nope. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. I could just always imagine just being on the strip doing something I ain't got no business because I've been hypnotized. Nope. I recently was looking at the statistics on violence, and the things that are so common today were unheard of before, like the 80s. I watched an interview with a sheriff in 1974. He said a triple murder. Oh, and it was shocking to hear a triple murder. Mm-mm. You can turn on a TV show right now about a crime show, and they'll have something like that. Shoot, we've been seeing so many from the city. I'm like, my goodness, didn't even know that many people were getting hurt in the city like that. What if the baby come out mutated? Can multiple sperm be in one egg? Is that possible? Not that I know. I've never heard of multiple sperm being in one egg, because once the sperm enters the egg, then it closes and it can't be penetrated again. The only way that lady can get pregnant by multiple sperm is if she released 2 eggs. It doesn't happen often, but it can happen where, and I know, guys, I'm so sorry, but here we are. The ovary releases eggs out of both the left side and the right side, and then, obviously multiple sperm gets released during ejaculation, then bam, 2 eggs can be fertilized. So yeah. But no. Was unheard of in the county back then. I was thinking, that's mainstream news every day. Exactly. I'm like, I can turn on TV right now and hear about a triple homicide. Unfortunately. No, baby got Asian eyes, white people hair, black folk figure, Samoan stamina, and Russian drink intolerance. I know, right? You wouldn't know who to pack. This is just crazy. She didn't think any of this through. The U.S. is the most violent place to live in the world. We've nearly had 4,000 serial killers, and the next closest is Russia with less than 200. What? Does Russia get into all these experiments and stuff like the U.S. be doing? I mean, I know they're not innocent, but I don't hear about them like I hear the debauchery that happens in China and stuff in the US. You know how many demons finna be flowing through her body? She's literally the female version of Legion from the Bible. Yeah, she's got to do better. I hope I don't know what to say about that, but I just really don't know what brings you to do something like that. But y'all, it's 10:44. Somehow this live has been extended, but again, I've had an absolute pleasure speaking with you all tonight. I think each and every person that shows up here, whether you comment or not, just being here to support and is greatly appreciated. I'm done writing, so my goal is video out tomorrow, and I hope that this video ties a lot of what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks together, along with what's going on in the world today. Like I said, ironically, we just happen to the timing of this paper is just, I didn't do it on purpose. I did not do it on purpose. One last comment. It says, I was listening to this government contractor speak last month. He said all the new stuff is always tested on the population without them knowing. I was like, yep, they'll announce he does the cancer next. Yeah. Good to see you, Fiery Fierce, for being here. I'm excited to get it out. You don't know how bad I've been wanting to get this off my heart, but again, I didn't want to half-ass it, if I can say that. I wanted to make sure that it was thorough and informational. Because just as I researched to bring the information to you, I'm learning just the same. Some of the stuff I do not know. So I appreciate it, guys. Continue to hit me up on the Patreon. Of course, we're dropping stuff over there that we don't drop over here. I'm on all the platforms, IG, Twitter. Of course, YouTube is going to be the main one for my full videos. But yeah, I will see y'all soon. Till next time. Thank you, guys. Bye.